Hi kids, my name's Nicole and you are here for a fun project that we are doing together. This time we are working with markers. So grab your markers. If you are new here, I want to say hi and I want to introduce you to everyone who's going to be on this video with me. So this is
Keenan.
Keenan. He is the video guy. You will hear him talk to me if you hear a man's voice. That's him. That's him. So today we are going to be doing this really pretty sunset. I'm calling it I Am Bright. You'll notice that all these projects, these months, start with I am because they're affirmations of who we are. So you are bright, I'm bright, Keenan's bright, just like the sun. So that's what we're going to be making together today. So I have my markers out and I'm going to be coloring in a journal. And you'll notice that there's little dots. If you don't have this with you, or if you don't have this either, go grab any piece of paper, any markers. I want to create with any of you. So grab those supplies. I would also grab a little bit different this time is I would also grab a ruler. It might help you because if you look at our one that we're doing, you'll see that there's all these different straight lines. So a ruler might help you out. Once you have that, I want to start with our motto. So our motto is, do I have it here? Yes, okay, so if you have our zine, if you flip through a couple pages in, you'll see this motto. I wanted to tell you, first of all, you can color this in, but second of all, this is something that we're gonna do together, each project. So if you can all raise your right hand and repeat after me. I am brave.
I am brave.
I am kind.
I am kind.
And I am creative.
And I am creative.
Let's do this.
Yeah! Boom!
Boom! Now that you're in the zone, we're ready to do this. We're going to be brave and try something new. So this first project that we're going to be doing together, not first, we've done several together. This first step is grab your ruler. And I am going to start with a green because I'm going to draw the grass part, or I'm going to draw this straight line. So you can either do green, you can do yellow, but I'm going to grab one of my markers. The fun thing is that these markers, Keenan, are double-sided.
What?
There's two sides to these. So there's lots of colors for you to pick with. So you can grab any color you want.
Magical.
Magic. Okay, now you have your journal. About, you can either do halfway or a little bit lower. This is your painting or your drawing, so you can do it however you like. But what I want you to do is draw a line all the way across. So I'm going to put my ruler here and I'm going to look and I'm going to draw a line across. Then I want to continue it on because I opened up my sketchbook, so I'm going to use both pages. This is a little bit different. So I'm going to use both pages and I'm drawing my line. So this is called your horizon line. So it's perfect actually because we are looking at our sun. And so when you're looking at this, the horizon line is the line right here and your sun is going to be above it and then your grass is going to be below it. So when we're looking at our horizon line, what I want you to do is draw a dot in the center. It doesn't matter which page it is, just somewhere in the center. That is called, you can call it a dot. It's called a vanishing point, but we're just going to call it a dot here. Is
I
that
like
cool?
vanishing point. That's cool.
You like that?
The vanishing point.
Okay, we can call it a vanishing point. So I'm going to draw that there. That's what I want to do to set up because that's going to help us draw all of these lines. And I think we're going to actually start with the grass. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. So I'd grab a green. I'm trying to think. You could make this water if you want. But I think of the reason why I chose green, I just want to explain my thought process is we're in Missouri right now and there are so many green, beautiful, grassy fields of crops, grass.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So it looks, when I'm looking at this, I just see all these perfectly straight lines, but it's interesting because when you look at something, it's not straight, so it's not like a road. We see all these lines that are going out in different directions. So that's what we are going to be drawing here. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense.
Okay. So to do that is you're going to take your ruler and yes. Okay. So you're going to take your ruler and you are going to start at your vanishing point or your dot that you drew and you are going to angle it slightly. So if this is straight to my line, I'm gonna move it just a little bit. So I moved it like that, and then I'm gonna draw a line. And if you want to, you can switch up different colors. There's a few different greens, so I'm just gonna switch up my colors. Then from here, what I'm gonna do is to draw all these different lines, I'm just gonna keep my right side at my vanishing point, and I'm just gonna rotate this a little bit more. So I'm moving it down. That way, I still see my dot, and then I'm gonna draw a line connecting to it. So same thing, I'm gonna keep that there, just gonna rotate it. So you can choose how big your grass lines are. So that is up to you how big you want them to be. I'm gonna grab a different green, and then keep going. Keep rotating and drawing a line. So I'm going to the edge of my notebook. Then, when you get to the other side, so you can see I did it on that side, I want to continue on. So I'm going to draw from my dot, draw a line, keep rotating it.
If you wanted it to be the same exact size, you could count the dots in between each line.
Oh gosh, you definitely can do that.
That would take a lot of work.
That would take a long time. So keep going. I like to call this eyeballing.
Huh.
Eyeballed it.
Eyeballed.
Okay, so I drew all my lines. Now that I have that, I need to cover my caps. Use the caps to cover my pins. And if you have our zine, you might be thinking, Nicole missed a step. I did. I'm calling myself out. So I'm gonna go back because we just did step 3. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back one step, and what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to draw your sun. So I'm gonna grab my yellow, and I'm drawing a half circle. So I'm thinking as if, and actually we've done a project like this before, as if the sun is just peeking up over the horizontal line, so you will only see the top half. So pretend like this. You only see half of my head, right? Can you see my whole head? You only see the top half of my head. So that's what we're gonna draw. We're gonna draw the top half of your sun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start over here on the left side, and I'm gonna curve up, and then I'm gonna curve down. You can choose how big your sun is. Maybe it's really big. Maybe it's just peeking out. I'm gonna draw my sun. And I want to color this in. Okay. Then I'm going to draw a few clouds. You can choose if you want to make 5, make 3. You can make however many you want. To draw clouds, I am just thinking of it as connecting oval or half oval. So it's kind of curves again. So I'm gonna draw a curve and then a curve and a curve. So I'm just connecting them. Because if you think of clouds, they're these puffy, they look like cotton balls to me.
Yeah.
So they're all different shapes and all different sizes. So you can make your clouds really small. You can make them really big. One of my favorite things is just laying down and looking at clouds and then trying to figure out what they are.
Yeah, different shapes of clouds.
Yeah.
Is that one Simba?
I don't know.
Is it an elephant? We don't know.
All of the above. So once you add your clouds, we are going to move on to your sun rays. So I already drew my grass lines. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the top half and draw these really pretty sun ray lines. With the same technique, you already know what you're doing. Is I'm gonna grab some warm colors. So warm colors are yellow, orange, red. I have a different yellow. Kind of just grab these different colors. And you could pick which ones you want. And you're gonna start with the same technique where we're gonna start from our vanishing point. And I'm going to draw a line connecting it. But what's a little bit different that I want you to see, let's see if you can see this, is When I'm drawing this, I'm going to make sure I see my vanishing point there, and I'm going to the edge of my paper. But when I get to my sun, I'm going to stop. So I'm not going to go over my sun. I'm just going to leave that there. So when you are doing this, and you have your cloud right there, is you're also going to go over or avoid the cloud, and then go right to it. So it's as if the cloud is in front of your sun ray. Now, if you want the sun ray to be in front of your cloud, then you'd go over it. Now, we're gonna keep going. So I'm gonna make a bunch of these sun rays. And, oh, you know what I realize is, Keenan, can you tell them about, while I do this, tell them about the bingo game?
Oh, the bingo game is great. In the zine, we have specific words that Nicole, maybe me, I don't know what the rules are now. Someone will be saying these words occasionally. And as we say them, you can mark them and maybe even draw or color or paint what they are in each box.
Yes. So we've definitely said a bunch of words. Sun.
I think you said lines, clouds.
Mm-hmm. Is grass in there?
It is now.
So it's a fun game that we all get to play together.
That's a super fun game. What happens if they get a bingo?
Then you tell us, you share with us.
Share it.
Share, I want to see your bingo card and all that you drew.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I used to be the bingo guy at a restaurant that I used to work at. And I was also not up.
Did you have a number that you always usually ended up calling?
Never numbers. It was always songs. So we
Oh,
played
yes, you said that.
Yeah, we play it based on music. Usually 90s music, the good stuff. And maybe 80s, maybe 60s. I threw that in there. But I wore a really nice suit. It was too small for me, so I looked ridiculous. I still have it.
I'm sure you look snazzy. I lost my cap, so they're on the ground somewhere.
That happens.
That happens to oh, here's one. Okay. Keenan unfortunately isn't in a suit, but you saw what he looks like, so.
I could find that suit.
And wear it for us.
Wear it for a video.
Okay, that will happen.
I don't know if I can fit it.
Okay, so we did that step. Now, we're going to color in. So when I'm looking at this, I want you to use your imagination. This is your coloring page. This is something that you can create on your own. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do so you can either follow along or you can make this your own. What I like to do is for the grass, I'm going to grab my lighter green or just a green in general, and I'm going to color in this entire area. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip this one, and then I'm going to fill in the next one. So we're coloring this in, and then I'm going to skip the next one again. So if you have more lines than me, then I'm excited to see what that looks like. If you have less lines with me, I'm also really excited to see what that looks like. So we all have unique paintings that we are creating. Now, once I'm done with that, you know what the cool thing is that you have so many different colors.
I was just going to say that.
So if you want to add some yellow in, do it. I give you full permission to color any color of the rainbow.
What if this was a sunrise?
Oh, I messed up too. Keep going.
That's okay.
And then I'll talk about it.
On a different planet. And the sun was purple.
Yes, you like doing purple.
Purple's
So I
good.
feel like you've said that before.
Maybe.
Purple is a good one. Okay, what I said before Keenan had said that was that I realized that I made a mistake. But you know what? we don't really make mistakes here. You know what? I'm trying to think what we can call them. I will think of a word, and maybe as we're going, I will think of a word.
What
but
about
to me,
changes.
Yeah,
we make changes.
We create. I was gonna say opportunities, because to me it's just an opportunity to draw another line.
Yeah, there you go.
So what I'm gonna do is, because I skipped this one, I'm just gonna draw another line. And then I'm gonna color that one in.
Nice.
So there's no mistakes here. We're just gonna make something new out of it.
I like that.
Okay, make that yellow. Okay, then what I'm thinking is you can either leave them blank. Another opportunity that you can do is you can make some squiggly lines. So maybe I'll switch it up and I'll grab a different green. And you can draw some squiggly lines. You can draw some dash lines. This is kind of like, I was thinking when I was making this, like the crops or the corn stalk in the cornfields, in the fields. That's what we're drawing. Drawing our vegetables. Maybe they have some yellow tops to them if they're corn.
Have you ever run through a cornfield?
No, but I really wanted to. Have you?
Oh yeah. I used to live by a cornfield, in essentially a cornfield.
Was it fun?
Well, yeah. It was so much fun. If it's a big enough field, you can get lost. So you gotta be careful.
I bet. But someone looking above
Ooh,
knows where you are.
That's true. What if you had a drone? Then you could never get lost.
We wouldn't let you get lost, Keaton.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, I did my field. We have the opportunity to create even more. So what you can do is you can do the same thing for your sun rays. So I'm going to take my yellow and I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to color in every other one. Now, if you want to color every single ray, you totally can do that. I want you to have fun with this. Oh, you know what I didn't say?
What?
Can you read them? If you have our box, Keen's going to tell you a joke.
Oh, yeah.
Can they see that?
Yes, they can.
Go for it.
Okay, ready? Who is the king of the toolbox?
Who?
The ruler. Get it? Get it? Because he's the ruler. So he's the king.
Now you know the best joke that you can tell everyone. Tell your family tonight and see if they get it. Okay. Now that you have a fun joke to tell everyone, you have your sun rays colored in. Let's see. The last step is a fun technique that I want to show you that makes something that looks flat rounder. So what I mean by that is that if you see our sun looks flat. Now, a sun is a ball. I don't have anything that's a ball here.
That's really unfortunate.
Bummer. I wish
This
I
is
had
round.
a soccer ball. Does it look round? Okay,
No,
let's try.
It doesn't
No.
really. What about this?
Okay. Maybe. Okay. What is that?
I have been poking it. Don't destruct properties that
Okay.
you are.
If you're looking at, there's so many lights going on here. If you look at this, actually this is kind of cool, can you see from up there that there's a lot of different lines?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's probably a really bright white line because that's where the light is hitting it. But then there's other parts that are a little bit darker. So it looks rounder because it is, but that is what we're going to create on our drawing. And so a trick to doing that is grab a color that is a little bit darker than your original color. So I have my yellow, so maybe I'll grab, this is like this peachy kind of color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline my sun But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw these lines, kind of think of them as little blades of grass, around the edges. So I'm just drawing blades of grass.
Whoa.
Around like that.
That changed it so much.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's already helping it feel a little bit rounder, because think about that this is the brightest part. That's kind of what you were looking at this, that it's the brightest part. And then around it, we're just helping it feel a little bit more curved. So maybe I'll do it one more time. And I grabbed a little bit darker color. So the 3 colors I had was yellow and this peachy color. So I'm gonna grab this orange. So you'll see that they're 3 different colors. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. But what I think I'm going to do is, instead of drawing the same exact length of the line, what if I just draw half of that? So I'm just drawing really, really small blades of grass around, and that creates a little bit more depth to it. Can you see that?
Not only can I see that, but I really like that.
Yeah. Okay, good. So that's a little trick for you on how to make things look round. Then if you want to add a little bit more fun, what I did was I'm taking my peach color and I'm going to draw the same blades of grass. I'm just going to draw them right here. This is just a little add fun bonus to it. Gives it a little bit more. So what we're creating is depth. It's a really cool thing. Then make sure all of your pens have their caps on. And we're done, actually.
Oh my goodness.
You can, this is your, I keep calling this a painting. Kind of a painting, it's just with markers.
Yeah.
It's your drawing. So you can make this, you can add more to it. You can add more color, maybe you add more patterns. Maybe you do another one. If you have our box, you have this entire journal. You can do another one that's, like Keenan said, it's a purple sun on a different planet. Maybe you make one with a moon. There are so many different fun ways that you can take what you learned here with us today and make more out of it, because that's what we're all about, is just making art. So I hope you had so much fun. We all would love to see what you create. So we have a Facebook group called Let's Make Art Kid Projects. Ask an adult to help you out, share, take a picture of what you did, share with us, and keep creating, everyone. Remember that you are brave, you are kind, and you are creative, and I'll see you next time.